Good afternoon. May I please ask for your attention? Good afternoon, sanibonani, molweni, dumelang. Welkom hier by ons ekhini senamukela kakhulu. It is a great joy and pleasure to welcome all of you to the Eastern Cape, to Makhanda ekhini. To all of you who have traveled far for today's important celebrations. It's a joy to be here. I'd like us to just run through a few announcements before our graduation starts. Thank you to our choir that has kept the festivities up. I'm going to ask, please, if there is a seat to your left or right, to everybody I'm indicating to, in the middle of the auditorium, that we all just move inwards, so that as people arrive, they can enter from the sides without having to find their way to the seats. So if there are seats in the middle of the auditorium, can they please be filled by either moving left or right, so that we move inwards to ensure that room opens up on the side. Thank you very much. All right, thank you. We are living in an age of content. Content is important for various statuses and updates to make sure that things happen. I'm going to ask that you please refrain from flash photography. So you can take as many pictures as you'd like, but please refrain from flash photography as it does disturb the official photos. We would like our graduates to have clear professional shots for this important occasion in their lives. So please that we refrain from flash photography for the duration of the ceremony. Please locate your cell phone. Locate it. Locate your cell phone. Locate it. Find it. And please put it on airplane mode or silence. It's really important, please, that we respect. See, this is mine. There we go. That's a sign. And I've done it on my own as well. So thank you very much. So please keep that. The dean will read the graduates' names on the podium on my right. The graduate, after their name has been read, will then come to the chancellor for capping. I'm giving you 10 seconds. to really go crazy. And ngavuya nijabule nonwabe. They release mama beflato puti to ululate and applause. But once the graduate kneels, I'm going to ask that we please keep silent so that the dean can read the following graduate. We're all here to share in this moment together. So please, can we ensure that all graduates have their moment? If we are all applauding, which is excellent because we've worked hard and they've worked hard and we've been prayerful and supportive of their journeys, but to ensure that each graduate gets a moment for their name to be read and heard, and then they walk. And in this period here that I'm indicating, till this moment, you are free to express joy of the last many years of work and prayers and e-wallets and textbooks and all sorts of things that have led us here, and support and emotional support and emails and voice notes. So thank you for that. We would like for the duration of the ceremony that we all remain seated. There are moments when applause and standing ovations do happen, often at graduation. That is not something we would like to prevent, but for the purposes of the graduation as a whole, we would prefer that everybody be seated so that we can not disturb the visuals. Graduates, you're reminded not to leave the auditorium until the academic procession has left the hall. So once the procession, which is going to lead in a few minutes, has left the hall, then we will be dismissed following that. Graduates, please update your details. Once you get your parchment, you will be hooded and go out on the door that I'm indicating to the stage. It is to the right, the first right door. You will get a code, a QR code. Alumni House have asked us that as you join our alumni network, there's a QR code there that you can use to update your details. We want to know where you live, so that when you get your Nobel Prize or Order of Ikamanga, we can write to you and congratulate you in the days ahead. The graduate survey, exit survey, is also available to all graduates. That would have been emailed to you as well. So please do take time to complete that. In the case of an emergency, I ask that we please remain calm. Granted that never in the history of calming down has anyone ever calmed down by being asked to calm down. But I ask that we please remain calm. Exits are to the sides of the auditorium. Graduates, there are exits on the stage as well in the event of an emergency. So please take note of whatever exit is closest to where you are sitting currently. The staff are here to usher you. You will see security staff in their reflector jackets, ushers in their purple sashes. They are present. We are here to support the ceremony and to guide you out of the venue as and when you need to be guided. Enjoy the ceremony. Enjoy the ceremony. The graduates have worked incredibly hard to get here, to be here. There have been very many difficult journeys, I am sure. It is a massive test to the mind and to the spirit, to the family and to the person, to overcome the set of challenges that come with graduation. And so I ask that you presence yourselves here as we prepare to receive the academic procession, the Chancellor and the academic heads who are going to be here present. Enjoy today, take as many photos as you'd like, enjoy the day. And we will do our best to ensure that in our hosting of you, you get to have the quintessential Rhodes experience as well. May I please ask that we stand? As a nabahle.
By virtue of the authority vested in me, I congregate. It's gone. Okay. By virtue of the authority vested in me, I constitute this a congregation of Rhodes University. Please be seated.
The Chancellor, the Honorable Judge Lexham Party, the Chairperson of the Rhodes University Council, Judge Gerald Bloom, and other members of our University Council, President of Convocation, Dr. Michelle Rhodes, our Honorary Graduate, Ms. Tsitsi Dangaremga, the University Public Auditor, Professor Tom Martin, Deputy Deans, Deputy Vice-Chancellors, Deans, Acting Registrar, Heads of Academic Departments and Directors of Administrative Divisions, academic and support staff colleagues, President and other members of the Student Representative Council, proud parents, honored guests, and most importantly, our graduates. On behalf of our Chancellor, the University Council, and the entire Rhodes University community, I take great pleasure in welcoming each of you to our second of 6 autumn 2025 graduation ceremonies. We extend a very warm and heartfelt welcome to the Gauteng Provincial Director General, Mr. Edward Mosui. Today is a day of great joy and celebration, a moment to acknowledge and honor the achievements and success of our students. We offer our warmest and proud congratulations to each one of you, our graduates, on your graduation today. We rejoice with you and your loved ones in your proud and impressive achievements. We salute and celebrate those of you who are the first in your family to earn a university degree. This is without a doubt a moment of great pride and significance, not only for you, but also for your loved ones who have supported you on your life-altering journey. We extend a special recognition to the local Makhanda graduates, particularly those who have benefited from our university's initiatives aimed at enhancing the quality of learning and teaching in our local public schools. We are pleased that 107 graduating students access Rhodes University through this initiative, in collaboration with the award-winning local NGO, the Gadra Matric School. Their achievements serve as a testament to the fact that while talent is abundant and widespread, opportunities are not always equally accessible. However, given the chance, young people consistently demonstrate their ability to rise to the occasion. Special acknowledgement goes to all current and former members of the Student Representative Council who are graduating this year. In our 6 graduation ceremonies, 21 of these student leaders will be graduating. 9 of them will be receiving a postgraduate qualification. You see, at Rhodes, student leaders not only serve the student body with dedication and zeal, but also excel in their academic pursuits, successfully completing their qualifications. My leaders, Your commitment to both leadership and scholarship is truly commendable. As we celebrate the achievements of our graduating students, let us take a moment to honor and remember their friends and classmates who passed on during the course of their study and whose graduation ceremony this would have been. Though they are not with us in person, they remain in our hearts, and we will always cherish their memory. Their names are indelibly inscribed in the official records of Rhodes University. During the 6 graduation ceremonies of autumn 2025, a total of 2,063 students will be awarded their degrees, postgraduate diplomas, and postgraduate certificates. Of these, 1,317, or 64%, will receive their undergraduate bachelor's degrees, while 746, or 36%, will be conferred postgraduate qualifications and awarded postgraduate diplomas and certificates. Among the 746 postgraduate qualification recipients, 659 will be awarded the postgraduate certificates, diplomas, and honors degrees. 57 will receive their master's degrees, and 30 will be conferred doctoral degrees. You see, in addition to the 6 graduation ceremonies that we have now in autumn, an exclusive graduation ceremony for master's and doctoral graduates will be held in October. 68% of the graduating students are female. Malbongwe. Malbongwe. Igama lamakhosikazi. And 8% are international students. Even as we rightly celebrate the tremendous progress made in advancing access, support, and academic success for female students, we must also ensure that male students do not experience a sense of alienation or disengagement. We extend our warmest and heartfelt congratulations to the 4 recipients of the university's highest honor, the honorary degree. They are Advocate Paul Pretorius, SC, Professor Emeritus Kwesi Kwapra, our honorary graduate for this afternoon, Ms. Tsitsi Dangaremga, and Mrs. Eugenia Mbegeni. Their personal journeys, selfless sacrifices, unwavering conviction, and outstanding accomplishments in public life and various fields of human endeavor distinguish them from others. They stand as a source of inspiration worthy of admiration and emulation by us all. We also extend our heartfelt congratulations to all recipients of the Vice Chancellor's Distinguished Awards across the various categories. Their outstanding contributions to the intellectual pursuits of our university are deeply valued, and we remain profoundly grateful for their dedication to excellence. Dear graduates, the moment the Chancellor places the academic cap on your head and declares, "I confer the degree," or shakes your hand and says, "I award the diploma or certificate," you officially become a graduate of Rhodes University. Not any graduate. You become part of a legacy of excellence, a graduate of Rhodes University, where leaders learn. This sets you apart from other graduates and bestows upon you a unique set of expectations, responsibilities, and obligations to your family, to your society, and to humanity. You are called upon to live a life of service, to lead with purpose, and to contribute meaningfully to the world around you. The world you are stepping into is one of uncertainty and complexity, a world that needs leaders of courage, vision, and integrity. Wherever life takes you, strive to be the light that dispels the shadows of greed, corruption, hatred, selfishness, and division. Lead with compassion. Uphold the values of honesty and justice, and use your knowledge to create meaningful change. The world does not only need skilled individuals like you, but also principled leaders with a strong moral compass. As you take your rightful place as a Rhodes University graduate, may you always embody the spirit and values of our motto, vis virtus veritas, strength, virtue, and truth. And may you always be guided by an unshakable commitment to integrity, honesty, empathy, human solidarity, and a steadfast commitment to service. Through your thoughtful acts of kindness and generosity, may you rekindle faith in the inherent goodness of humanity. And may you always be a source of encouragement, inspiring others to feel valued, hopeful, and confident in themselves, confident about their lives, and confident about their future. This afternoon, we proudly send you out as well-educated graduates of Rhodes University, equipped with the knowledge, skills, and competencies necessary to make a meaningful and positive impact on the world. Step forward with confidence, knowing that you possess the power to shape a brighter and more just future. Honored guests, the 2025 autumn graduation ceremonies mark the final set to be presided over by our beloved Chancellor, Judge Lex Mpati. Judge Mpati has dedicated 13 years to serving as Chancellor of our university, overseeing these ceremonies with unmatched grace and dignity. We extend our deepest gratitude to you, Tata, for your exceptional service to our university, which has been carried out with great honor and distinction. We also offer our heartfelt gratitude to Mama Mpati, who has been a constant and cherished presence at our graduation ceremonies and other significant events over the years. Her unwavering support and dedication have greatly enriched our university community. At the conclusion of this ceremony, when you are reunited with your loved ones, take a moment to embrace them warmly and express your gratitude and appreciation by whispering these words. Thank you for all that you have done for me. We wish you great success, happiness, and fulfillment in the years ahead. To all of you, Alf Mabruk, thousands of congratulations. Asante sana, enkosi, ngiyalibuka, ngiyabonga, ngiyalibuka, ndolibuka, vielen Danken, ngiyathokoza, webale nyo, obrigado, inkom, tatenda, shukran, zikomo kwambiri, merci beaucoup, baya danki, bolshaye spasibo, Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. Tsitsi Dangaremga was born in 1959 in Mutoko, southern Rhodesia, now Zimbabwe. She began her education in England, where she lived from the age of 6, while her parents furthered their studies in education. The family returned home in 1965, the year of Rhodesia's unilateral declaration of independence. Her father and mother respectively took up positions as headmaster and teacher at Hartselle High School, a prestigious Methodist mission school, where Dangaremga continued her primary schooling. She proceeded to Marymount Mission Convent School for her secondary education before going on to complete her A-levels at Arundel School in Salisbury, now Honorary. In 1977, she went to the University of Cambridge to study medicine. However, she discontinued her studies there after struggling with racism and feelings of isolation. She returned home just a few months before Zimbabwe gained its independence in 1980. She enrolled at the University of Zimbabwe for a degree in psychology, and while there she joined the University Drama Club, for which she acted, wrote and directed several plays, and I suspect this was a pivotal moment in her life. After working briefly as a teacher, she decided to focus on a creative arts career that has subsequently seen her recognised as one of the great writers of Africa and a celebrated filmmaker and director. Her most well-known literary work is the novel Nervous Conditions, which is the first novel published in English by a black Zimbabwean woman, and which has attained canonical status, being taught widely at high schools and universities across the Southern African region, and no doubt far further afield than that. Nervous Conditions has been translated into a number of languages, including Dutch, German, Italian, French, and Spanish. But perhaps more interestingly, it has recently finally been translated into Chishona by Dr. Ignatius Mabasa, who I mention in particular just to put a little plug in for Rhodes University. Dr. Mabasa is himself a creative writer who did his PhD at Rhodes University in African language studies, and the thesis he successfully submitted was, as far as we can tell, and I have asked people in the field, was the first ever PhD thesis written in Chishona, not just at Rhodes, but ever. Nervous Conditions, still on this one, is also the first in the so-called Tambudzai or Tambu trilogy, the other two of which are The Book of Not from 2006 and This Mournable Body, 2018. In addition to her literary work, Tsitsi also holds a prestigious diploma in screenwriting and directing from the German Film and Television Academy in Berlin, where she graduated with distinction, and which helps explain her remarkable output of films, with roles ranging from writer to director. She is an honorary fellow at the Sydney Sussex College at Cambridge University. She's also taught and spoken at leading universities, including University of East Anglia, UK, Duke University, US, Northwestern University, USA, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, in the USA, Stellenbosch University, South Africa, She's also currently the director of ICAPA, the Institute of Creative Arts for Progress in Africa, a non-profit organisation making arts, a non-profit making arts organisation that she founded in 2009. Her creative outputs have not exhausted her work for Zimbabwe. She is also a public figure and has, on occasion, put herself out there when she felt it was required. I certainly remember, not that long ago, the following as reported by The Guardian. Quote, on 28th of September 2022, Dungaremga was officially convicted of promoting public violence after she and her friend Julie Barnes walked around Harare in a peaceful protest holding placards that read, "We want better, reform our institutions." So just keep in mind what was on the placards. We want better, let's reform our institutions. She was given a fine and a suspended 6-month jail sentence. She announced that she planned to appeal her verdict amid human rights groups claiming that her prosecution was a direct result of President Mnangagwa's attempt to silence opposition in the long-troubled southern African country. On 8th of May 23, it was announced that her conviction had actually been overturned after she appealed the initial conviction. All of this is a brief summary. And, Mr. Chancellor, I'm now faced with the unenviable task of listing, not listing, Tsitsi Dangaremga's achievements within the allocated time, and I can't. So I'm just going to give it a go. Please bear with me. In terms of her written works, these include the third one, which was a play, Lost of the Soil, another play, The Letter, a short story, She No Longer Weeps, another play. And then we get Nervous Conditions, a novel, The Book of Not, This Mournable Body, the final novel in the trilogy. And then I have a book of essays called Black and Female. There's some of the written works. Filmography, I mentioned before. She is also a filmmaker. On my list, I've got 21 films. I'm just going to mention 3 of them. The first I'll mention is Neria from 1993. Tsitsi wrote the story that film is based on, and it is the highest grossing film in Zimbabwean history. And for music lovers, it has a soundtrack, a beautiful soundtrack, composed and performed by the late, great Oliver Mtukudzi, and you could do a lot worse than look that up on the internet and have a listen. He also acted in the film, actually, I think. Yeah, okay. The second film I'll mention is from 1996. It was called Everyone's Child, and Tsitsi directed this, and this made her the first black Zimbabwean woman to ever direct a feature film. I'd clap that. And the last one I'll mention, remember there's 21 of them, but you know, is called Kare Kare Zvako, which won the Short Film Award and the Golden Dao at the Zanzibar International Film Festival and the African Short Film Award at the Milan Film Festival. In terms of prizes in general, again, I'll keep the list short. 1989, she was awarded the Commonwealth Writers' Prize for nervous conditions. 2005, she got the awards for Kari Kari's Vako, which I just mentioned. 2018, Nervous Conditions is named by the BBC as one of the top 100 books that have shaped the world. In 2020, the novel This Mournable Body is shortlisted for the Booker Prize. 2021, the PEN International Award for Freedom of Expression. Also that year, the Peace Prize from the German Book Publishers and Booksellers Association, a prize that has been in existence since 1950 but had never before been awarded to a black woman. In 2021, the PEN Pinter Prize. 22, Wyndham Campbell Literature Prize for Fiction, and finally 2022, Royal Society of Literature International Writer Prize. I'm not sure that there's anything else I need to say to support the claim that Tsitsi Dangarembga is an outstanding creative artist, and one whose association with our university could only grace us and confirm us. Mr. Chancellor, I have the distinct honour to request you to confer the degree of Doctor of Literature honoris causa on Tsitsi Dangarembga.
The Chancellor of Rhodes University, Justice Lex Mpati, the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Sizwe Mabizela, Deputy Vice-Chancellors, Faculty Deans, academics, the Honorary Degrees Committee, Chairperson of the University Council, Judge Gerald Bloom, parents, students, and fellow doctorate awardees, I stand before you in heartfelt gratitude for the most unexpected honor of the degree of D.Lit. Honoris Causa, which is bestowed on me by Rhodes University today. In a certain film, two women depart for a quiet weekend away from the uninspiring routines of their lives. For one of them, this uninspiring routine includes life with a domineering husband. During the trip, a homicide occurs due to the actions of a rude, inconsiderate man. One of the women is the perpetrator. The women drive away towards their country's border, hoping to make it to safety. Agents of the law soon pursue them. Because the women manage to avoid being apprehended for a period of time, the authorities send more and more law enforcement resources after them. As the women drive along a cliff edge, helicopters circle overhead, and armored vehicles brimful of armed men converge on them. Voices from loudspeakers command the women to stop and surrender. The women refuse to stop. Instead, they drive the edge. The last shot of the film is their car frozen in mid-air, posing the question, what if, when all the forces of the world we know bear down on us, what if we do not stop? The film is Thelma and Louise, released in 1991, since when it has become a feminist classic in global Northern cinema. I cite it now because the idea of not stopping, even in the face of considerable authority, has been a defining feature of my career as a producer of narrative. I call myself a producer of narrative because of the various disciplines in which I work. I began writing fiction seriously shortly after Zimbabwe's independence, when I wrote and produced stage plays, as you have heard, while I was a student at the University of Zimbabwe. In the second of these plays, called She No Longer Weeps, a young university student, Martha, is jilted by her boyfriend, Freddie, and she is disowned by her parents because of the shame they feel due to Martha's pregnancy. Martha leaves the university to have the baby, after which she struggles to finance both the child and her education. Returning to the university, Martha studies with a vengeance. Once employed, she works with even greater vengeance to provide for her child. On the grounds that he can provide a stable two-parent home, Freddie comes to claim the child. Sometime later, consumed by rage, Martha calls Freddie and her parents to her house. She has hired some thugs to hurt Freddie and wants her parents to watch. In this story, a woman who works to emancipate herself descends into violent behavior, and a man to whom society has given space to recuperate himself becomes her victim. This story was picked up by a local publishing house in Zimbabwe. It was published in 1987. My first novel, Nervous Conditions, which I submitted for publication around the same time, was rejected. Commissioning editors were then largely young Zimbabwean men who had gone into exile during the liberation struggle and returned with impressive English degrees. Constructed by and embracing patriarchy, they were not ready for a text like Nervous Conditions, in which women speak up for themselves. I put the Nervous Conditions manuscript away. Although I did not speak of it for months, I did not stop thinking of it. Eventually, I mentioned it to a friend who advised me to find a publishing house which published melanated women's literature. This was shortly after Alice Walker had published The Colour Purple with the Women's Press in London in 1983. Taking my friend's advice, I put my manuscript into an envelope and posted it off to London. I did not hear from the Women's Press, but even so, I did not stop wanting life for my story. Some years went by. I traveled to England on business. One afternoon, when a meeting was cancelled, I had some spare time. I stood on a street corner, searching for the courage to go to the Women's Press office to inquire. What if they laughed at me? and told me my work was worthless. What if the manuscript had not arrived at all and everything had been in vain? An hour later, I stood in the Women's Press office, waiting while a woman descended to the basement and returned with the envelope which I had posted years ago in Harare. She promised to give it to her commissioning editor, and the rest, as they say, is history. The editor at the Women's Press at that time was the late Rhodes de Langeron. A South African woman, Rose was in self-exile in London. Because of her background and sympathies, she could read the story behind the words of my text. She could perform an act of recognition. Yet, she too worked against great forces which pushed her back. These were the forces of capital. Rose was ousted from her job and the publishing house, at least partly because she commissioned books by melanated women. This was said to be bad business practice, a risk because these books did not sell. Rose passed away a couple of years after Nervous Conditions was published. Without realizing it, I had adopted as mine the great Toni Morrison's methodology. In an interview on being awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1993, Toni Morrison said, I quote, "I stood at the border, claimed it as central, and let the rest of the world move over to where I was," end of quote. I was in my 20s. Patriarchy stood against my narrative making. Capital stood against my work also. What was I to do? I did not stop. I studied another means of making narrative. I enrolled at film school in Germany and was very soon traumatized. One course featured David W. Griffith's racist film, The Birth of a Nation, released in 1915, as an example of progress in the formal techniques of global northern cinema. I left the cinema stunned. Yes, this is the same Griffith who came in the early 20th century to South Africa from the United States of America to help to build up the South African film industry. In another course, a classmate made a film about a local basketball team in which there was a melanated person. My excitement at seeing a melanated human being in a good role of positive agency on the screen turned to frustration, because every time the man appeared on the screen, there was a cut. I came to realize that melanated people's agency was actively proscribed in film narrative. Once more, I faced the question, do I continue or do I stop? Because the academy at which I trained taught practice and not theory, I educated myself in film theory to understand why a person whose body contains a high degree of melanin should be cut out of film narrative. Coming to understand the narrative and industrial ways in which film excises the good agency of melanated human beings became the foundation for my intellectual thought on the topics of representation in cinematic narrative and the ways in which subjectivity is impacted by different kinds of cinematic text. I have now moved on to considering Zimbabwean subjectivities and the ways in which these have formed over time. Not stopping has brought me to reconsider the notion of Ubuntu and to the idea of a contemporary Ubuntu, which I call Ubuntu 2.0. I am here today in gratitude because of our common Ubuntu. I enjoy this honor at this moment because you are. No amount of not stopping would have brought me to this moment without all the people who embraced my narrative. I thank you all. I thank Rhodes University. I thank my husband, Olav, and my family, who have been a bedrock of support to me. At the same time, not stopping is a fundamental part of my story. Today, I dream about where we might go, what we might achieve, even as forces of greed and fascism and racism form. If those who have the good progress of all humankind and all creation in mind, together with unity of purpose, decide, no, we are not stopping. I thank you.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Social Science on the following candidates. Christofina Dambelela Enima with distinctions in economics and industrial and economic sociology. Nangamso Aja. Matapelo Rineth Apane. Anam Baba. Olwetu Bikani. Amahle Nkosi yesizwe Blose. Thando Nkosi Tamsanga Dako. Amila Bobochane. Esona Busani. Zinhle Charlotte Buthelezi. Siyabonga Cawe. Luyanda Sijabulile Nokukhanya Cele. Sipelo Centane. Fumbisa Shalin Shabalala. Luyando Chipile. Asemahle Cibi. Sipokazi Damane with distinction in African language studies. Aka Dingito. Nosipo Precious Lamini. Piwa Inkosi Mfundi Dlamini. Cassidy Doyle with distinction in psychology. Alizwa Dungulu. Ceboka Zicele Duze with distinction in economics. Chardonnay Brittany Esther Hazen. Crystal Michikaela Felix. Kellen Tony Franco. Sinokuhle Kelemo. Asisipo Grootboom. Neliswa Sindiswa Kwala. Reabuswa Randy Junior Hadzi. Savannah Haynes. Azola Hani. Roselle Hutzenberg with distinctions in drama and journalism and media studies. Nosipo Standi Wehlope. Noloiso Jacobs. Azola Jezile. Songelwa Kana. Asonge Kepe. Lisa Kanya Kepe. Offense Martin Harimetsa. Kulani Charity Kosa. Alicia Sofia Dineo Kumalo. Naledi Kumalo. Yandisa Kendi Kusi. Poppy Kwareli. Afikile Kopo. Luzuko Mazibuko Koyana. Tulumansu Siliziwe Kuhlane. Liyema Kwente. Boitumelo Michel Likota. Majatla Di Nepo Lishaba. Anati Limba. Catherine Cosima Lobsa. Safuyiswa Lungile. Cassandra Nikita Lyons with distinctions in industrial and economic sociology and organizational psychology. Neil Campbell Lyons. Tato Michelle Marquette. Naledi Vuyogazi Madikane with distinctions in philosophy and political and international studies and sociology. Gugu Maginta. Akanyile Magwai. Balenhle Asesipo Majeke with distinction in economics. Samamia Majola. Sanda Likona Makapela. Sipose Tumakeleni. Claire Cummings. Sibulelo Makatini. Shikomborero Angela Makwara. Luyanda Vunehe Maluleke. Khaukhelo Mamabolo. Tidimane Seudu Shon Mamosebo. Nwabisa Mangoto with distinction in anthropology. Ayaka Mangena. Senatimani. Nozipo Mapalala. Angishanang Junior Maponya. Kanyisa Maranga. Tulumanzu Maseko. Tumiso Refense Charit Maseng. Tisetso Mashigo. Mike Lomani Junior Masingi. Onke Matiso with distinction in African language studies. Sumelo Yanimatwane. Moloko Emarovia Matlala. Lucive Macha with distinction in psychology. Fuyowetu Rasho Maweni. Annelisa Mawisa. Sinazo Matlakana. Nobuhle Chantel Mazibuko. Ntombizandi Lembane with distinction in organizational psychology. Siyolise Mbanguli. Ntombele Tracy Mbangwa. Sovuyo Mbedu. Nonhlanhla Jennifer Mbele. Iphendule Hlomlambena. Tatenda Tabata Mbili. Notando Sitabile Mdladla. Dori Asisipo Mdoda. Kanyisa Angelique Mengu. Sisona Mfecane. Angel Silindile Nontando Mfeka. Noxolo Mfoqo. Sipesihle Mhlope. Akona Mkatini. Tulani Adelaide Mkachane. Leletu Mkonjeni. Ncebakazi Mnakwa. Natalie Mngube. Live. Thank you very much. Liviwe Mngambe. Sanele Ian Mngomezulu. Tandazile Mngomezulu. Nsobo nomthandazo Mnisi. Mbulelo Mtande. Lutando Kabelo Nomen Mueli. Ikaheng Langa Mateng Muhlala. Kero Liseko Mujapilu. Well done. Kahleko Mukumata. Buhlale Mkwena. Diakhomba le Mokwena. Furufero Mulifi. Mamurena Mulifi with distinction in isiXhosa language acquisition. Sichaba Muliti. Pitolo Mulubela. Katleko Rekonswane Musuwe. Komotso Matsoko with distinction in sociology. Kanyisile Su Moyo. Sinokolo Mpahleni. Mamurake Mabato Mpahlele. Pila Sande Hlengiwe Kwanele Msimango. Sisipo Mtolo. Unarine Mugogobari. Piwokuhle Mvalo. Kosinati Mvelase. Sipo Sihle Refilwe Muzalazala. Sihle Nala. Nokwazindlovu. Fuyo wetu Ndungane. Siposetu Nela. Fuyoka Zingaleka. Buhle Ngam. Ntabiseng Lwakanya Ngayeka. Stembile Amahle Ngobo. Avuyile Ngece. Sinhle Likona Ngoyiya. Bongiwe Princess Neliswa Ngwenya. Sipokuhle Njovane. Sipe zihle nkani. Kago Brian Nkosi. Sandisiwe Nkumanda. Tandiwe Anesipo Nombojana. Sinziwe Nhlale. Mbalenhle Ntsetse. Akanya Ntsevu. Iminati Ntsodo. Koketso Ntuli. Lwazi Nunu. Wandile Dr. Nyembe. Clarissa Vaidanzira Masanga. Yenziwa Kwandile Nzuza. Megan Elizabeth Perry. Akila Peterson. Esetu Panda. Kiona Lee Potgieter. Sulufelo Fezile Kolosha. Anesipo Sinombulelo Siyosile Khadasi. Palisa Raisibe. Luto Khala. Lilo Honolo Ramohale. Motlalapula Cecilia Ramuhlale. Dauris Cassandra Rana. Lindokuhle Priscilla Rechu with distinction in African Language Studies. Puseletso Charity Sefane. Adlehangs Yoga with distinction in journalism and media studies. Noma Xesibe Shumi. Shanice Shante Shias. Lavisa Nolutando Lerato Sibia. Chekonia Sibui. Palisa Simelane. Siviwe Simelane. Izibusiso Sitole. Emily Snyman. Abulele Sobantu. Ibabale Okama Sobekwa. Asonge Sohlahla. Sisi Poliabona Soji. Kanya Sokupa. Lisa Kanya Sompani. Sisipo Sonjege. Yondela Sturman. Misali Lilita Sukwana. Misali Tatana. Tiana Emma Taylor. Clever Tembo. Apelele Sharon Tetani. Tabile Tinane. Nandipa Tofu. Tapiwana Shekathbet Tongoona. Tato Tiole. David Anthony Tyson. Dean Jason van Gelden. Liema Felapi with distinction in industrial and economic sociology. Iviwe Veveza. Shina Andiswa Vlandia. Kiran Benjamin Waring. Michael Josias Dikok Willemse. Thank you very much. Awesome, inspiring. Chamaludian Williams. Kaylee Wilson. Ntombi zamagacheni Lindelihle Xaba. Nokuthula Xekethwana with distinction in African language studies. Elihle Yose. Thank you. Wandifadza Makanaka Jarare. Lusanda Zondeki. Asekona None Zondi. Sipepelo Zamazondi Minenhle Sibebe Kezelo Zondi. Anela no Kwanda Zondo. Lihle Zozo. Silindelo Sisanda Zulu. Tobeka Zulu. Kabelinhle Minenhle Zuma. Ms. Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Arts Honors on the following candidates. Storm Wade Adams in Environmental Science. Elena Louise Amna in English with distinction. Shannon Lee Babulau in Psychology. Nonkululeko Baloy in Drama. Ferrin Behena in Human Kinetics and Economics. Matthew James Bell in Zoology. Fuyani Bebe in Economics. Mamukete Bushluku in Economics. Anganda Bushwana in Journalism and Media Studies. Olelwa Wendy Tele in African Language Studies. Suzanne Isaias Chachine in Political and International Studies. Annelisa Dimbaza in Psychology with distinction. Mia Tony Franco in Information Systems with distinction. Tlolang Kitume Sejang Sehofatso Hasikoma in Sociology. Alexander Friedrich Wolfgang Guess in Psychology. Siluboni Leonela Bebe in Drama. Anesipo also in African Language Studies. Michaela Kanyi Grant Thompson in Anthropology. Lizane Tashnim had a BS in Psychology. Nikita Henning in Psychology with distinction. Welile Solomon Jack in Journalism and Media Studies. Lizole Jalajala in English. Samkeliwe Samantha Jim in Political and International Studies. Fadzai Vanessa Jimu in Organizational Psychology with distinction. Nkanyiso Letinhlanhla Kanyile in History. Nokukanya Mpumelelo Kumalo in organizational psychology with distinction. Lunga Kibi in African language studies. Nomawetu Kondile in information systems. Tato Kope in political and international studies. Sinoyolo Kwetane in organizational psychology with distinction. Zamkita Kweza in economics. Sifudi Mabocha in organizational psychology. Anomusa Magwa in African language studies. Litabo Makweya in drama. Bahangwele Terry Mamidze in journalism and media studies. Sipose tu SCCP we Mankai in African languages and drama with distinction. Kanya Mangai in political and international studies with distinction. Mithali Mbali Mapukata in African language studies. Guguletu Kulumantu Makina in political and international studies. Tel Litabo Maseko in industrial and economic sociology. Nokulunga Kimberly Masia in drama with distinction. Nomsa Rihomo Dise Masinga in political and international studies. Tebo Hope Matsau in anthropology. Sambesiwe Mavela in music and musicology with distinction. Swelile Luke May in drama with distinction. Sinamile Niko Mkunu in linguistics and applied language studies. Pindile Mjeleni in political and international studies. Apelele Menchis in political and international studies. Bulse Kamagu Mgadi in human kinetics and economics. Milani Mgaga in economics. Masita Mavis Mene in political and international studies with distinction. Teig Michelle in English. Sianda Mjoli in information systems. Solwethu Mkengele in environmental water management. Ayabulela Mkutwana in environmental science. Pumelela Mtundini in organizational psychology with distinction. Anelisa Joy Mnyamana in African language studies. Lebu Mkutlane in psychology. Leletu Mokwena in organizational psychology with distinction. Lincoln Ray Morton in journalism and media studies with distinction. Sange Mpambani in art history with distinction. Akutlolo Mpiti in English. Fadia Msaka in journalism and media studies with distinction. Angela Afuiwe Mula in political and international studies. Tanganezani Freedom Muofe in anthropology. Esperance Mushia Mwepu in political and international studies with distinction. The daughter of the Deputy Dean. Ngobi Lendlela in human kinetics and ergonomics. Sanele Vincent Gezana in political and international studies. Apiwe Ngowapi in journalism and media studies with distinction. Tisetso Kwanda Nhlapo in political and international studies. Nikilita Nkomo in African language studies. Yondela No Kakala in linguistics and applied language studies with distinction. Sibabalo Ntatiso in organizational psychology. Aluluto Ntsata in philosophy. Sibusisiwe Candice Nchiza in organizational psychology with distinction. Tlumisa Pinyana in information systems. Jamina Pulane Ramatloka in psychology. Mukundi Ratsimbilani in music and musicology. Theodore Omo Ovi Scott Emwakpo in English. Odidi Sigudla in journalism and media studies with distinction. Batandwa CEO in sociology. Fuyokazi Swartland in organizational psychology. Azole Tima in drama. Yonela Chaka in drama. Anesipo Chisani in African language studies. Danielle van der Poel in human kinetics and economics. Sivuisiwe Innocentia Wani in drama. Candice Hannah Vaya in political and international studies with distinction. Lorraine Michelle Williams in information systems. Ruth Tapiwa Zulu in human kinetics and economics. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Master of Arts on the following candidates. Aaron Robert Adrian in art history. Nkosi Ngipile Zamadube in counseling psychology. Nobuhle Lin Dube in political and international studies. Mandisa Zandile Hadebe in counseling psychology. Uriela Ngoe Kayumba in journalism and media studies. Zoe Lensbeck in English with distinction. Matabo Mahare Betty Mahlo in history. Thank you very much. Mono Onalina Majoe in counseling psychology. Kate Emily Markham in psychology. Ompulusa Nengwekulu in political and international studies with distinction. Zandisi Wepiliso in clinical psychology. Matimu Shivambu in political and international studies. Sinalo Vincent Tuku in journalism and media studies with distinction. Judd Wilfred George Filion in counseling psychology with distinction. Sipelele Msibi in clinical psychology. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy on the following candidates. Barure Walter Kudzai in English. In his research, Barure examines how Zimbabwean short stories published in magazines and online platforms portray everyday life as a means of critiquing economic struggles, corruption, secular migration, occult practices, and gender dynamics. The study argues that writers strategically borrow and remix cultural elements as a creative choice and a deliberate response to shifting social and political realities, using short fiction to challenge dominant narratives and reimagine contemporary Zimbabwean experiences. Congratulations. Olela Benayo in African Language Studies. The title of the thesis, Umuntu Ngumuntu Ngabantu. Benayo meticulously unmasks what Ubuntu is and is not, showing how it has evolved to what it is in contemporary context. He interrogates colonial mentalities and its agents in defining Ubuntu. Classical Isixhosa literature is imbued with the Ubuntu philosophy, which the colonialists relentlessly and misguidedly adulterated to replace and conquer Africans. Oba, Solilo, Rubusana, and Mkai regard it as a strong fabric that unites Abanzund together as a nation, with culture, language, land, and tradition as defining nexuses. Muntu Ngabantu. Congratulations. Tandi Bombi in Journalism and Media Studies. Title of this is Listening Otherwise in the Face of Gender-Based Violence in South Africa, a critical exploration of the listening deficiencies in public narratives and a listening-based framework for healing and social change. Gender-based violence is a knotty, intractable social problem in South Africa. Using Lisbeth Lipari's concept of listening otherwise, and against the background of normalized narratives of femicide, rape, and intimate partner violence in public discourses, including in the courts, through the media, and social talk. Bombi interrogated the cause for those affected to use their voices and to speak out against such violence as an antidote. The thesis argues that a political and social shift needs to take place from expecting others to speak out to a different, more radical form of listening in arenas where gender-based violence is managed, discussed, and reported on. Congratulations, Tandi. One of our members of staff, Tracy Kitchen, in Linguistics and Applied Language Studies. This is titled A Critical Microethnographical Investigation of Anomalies in a Grade 4 Reading Comprehension Activity. This innovative linguistic study examines South African reading comprehension amidst a literary crisis, COVID-19, and a politically and educationally unsettled context. Despite seeming learner reading comprehension success, the research identifies gap between policy and practice. Over-reliance on literal questions, teacher-led practices, and institutional docility hinder critical literacy. Addressing this, the study proposes teacher training methods and resources to cultivate deeper, more critically engaged reading comprehension practices. Congratulations. Neil Batsirai Mahebe in Political and International Studies. The thesis title, Rethinking Development in Post-Colonial Zimbabwe, the Case of the Campfire Program in Kanyemba. This study explores the attitudes of people in two communities living in Kanyemba, Zimbabwe, towards Campfire, a community-based natural resource management program. The study reveals the nuances and ambiguities Kanyemba residents feel towards development and the differences in the experiences in the two communities. In so doing, the study challenges some aspects of post-development theory, which advocates for the rejection of development by showing the complicated and ambivalent ways in which marginalized communities engage with development programs. Congratulations. Natalia Jane von Witt in African Language Studies. This is titled Filling the Language Gap, the feasibility of communication resources used in the provision of health care for HIV and tuberculosis in the Eastern Cape, South Africa. In South Africa, language barriers hinder healthcare communication, where with up to 80% of consultations is conducted in a second language. This study explored how healthcare professionals and healthcare users communicate in HIV, AIDS, and TB care settings. It developed practical communication strategies and tested them in the Eastern Cape. Findings reveal structural support gaps for healthcare users, for healthcare professionals, highlighting the need for flexible language resources and demonstrated that adaptable tools enhanced communication satisfaction. The study recommends refining these resources, conducting a larger trial, and integrating language support into medical training to promote equitable health care in multilingual settings. Congratulations. Mr. Chancellor, before I leave the stage, I want to acknowledge a very long-serving Dean of Humanities who is retired and who came to support us, Professor Fred Hendricks, and his wife, Monica Hendricks. Thank you.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting to you Emeritus Professor Alan Kirkcaldy for the Vice-Chancellor's Book Award for 2024. The Vice-Chancellor's Book Award is made annually to a staff member of Rhodes University in recognition of authoring or editing a book that brings credit to the university by reason of the contribution it makes to scholarly literature, education, science, or the arts. To qualify, the book needs to have been published in the preceding 4 years. The award is made to Emeritus Professor Alan Kirkcaldy for the 2024 award in recognition of the depth and impact of scholarship of his monograph entitled Everyday Communists in South Africa's Liberation Struggle, The Lives of Ivan and Leslie Schembrucker, published by Palgrave Macmillan in 2022. Alan Kirkcaldy is an emeritus professor and a former head of the history department at Rhodes University. His interests include environmental justice, mission history, the history of the South African Communist Party, and queer histories. According to Dr. Janneke Trumbran, who nominated the book for the award, the book is a biography of a couple that sought to challenge the basic premises of apartheid rule. By exploring their everyday life, their love for each other and their children, their friendships and their political work, Kirkcaldy provides a different perspective on the struggle against apartheid, how this struggle played out in the everyday actions of ordinary people like Evan and Leslie Schembrucker. The monograph was compiled through full access to the family's personal archives and thus contains a tremendous amount of depth and detail. The book's impact is on the broader histories of the struggle against apartheid as it shifts the focus away from the grand narratives and political figures towards everyday actions of resistance intertwined with everyday life in apartheid South Africa. Reviewers have described this book as a moving biography about everyday lives and a lively account of the careers of two communist activists in 20th century Eastern Cape. Mr. Chancellor, it is my pleasure and honor to request you to bestow the Vice-Chancellor's Book Award for 2024 on Emeritus Professor Alan Kirkcaldy for his monograph, Everyday Communists in South Africa's Liberation Struggle, The Lives of Evan and Leslie Schrembrucker.
I also confer degrees and award diplomas to those candidates named in the program who are in absentia. Please rise for the national anthem. By virtue of the authority vested in me, I dissolve this congregation of Rhodes University.
Gaudium Mama,